Welcome to the podcast. We are here live today. Matt Villa needs a friend. I'm your guest, and I have no middle name, but I have a first and last name. And I feel excited about this podcast. I hope that it goes well, and hope we have a good time. We shall see. I like trivia. What's going on? There's probably one on my seatbelt.
Okay. Let's see how it looks with the lights. It's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. It's so good.
Let's see.
What should we do about this? No wonder why in TV shows they have these lights on.
Dude, I know, right? Or they just film during the day like normal people.
Oh yeah. What about you? You need light. But your hat. Shades. There you go. Maybe not looking down so much. Up to you.
Dang it, bro. This is...
Take one.
What? I have an idea.
Ooh. I think we're going to moonroof it.
Yeah, I think so.
What a difference.
Damn it, bro.
Sorry, my
I had
guy.
this idea.
Yeah? What was the idea?
It was perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was perfect.
What was it?
That's it. It was perfect.
That's it. It was perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Let's just get going, dude.
Let's just get going on this. Let's just do it. So we still don't have a name for this yet, right? We're still trying to
figure it out. Like, I think like on the road, you know, because it's like a road podcast. You know, but
there's got to be a pun in there.
There's got to be
on the road.
On the road, roadhead.
Roadhead. On the road again. That's a song. Do you know it? Have you heard of that song?
Do I know On the Road Again?
Yeah, On the Road Again.
Yeah, I do.
Who's it by? Only person I can think of is Willie Nelson, but I don't think that's right.
Sam Smith.
Sam Smith.
Bro, did you see that the Grammys thing with Sam Smith?
No, what happened?
Dude, it's so bad, bro.
I heard
it was like it was his performance of that one song that he's like really famous for right now. Can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
But it was just like really bad.
I heard that
really intense.
Harry Styles, people were hating on him for winning the whole thing or getting like the highest award, and also he had some technical difficulties or something in his music performance.
Did he? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't watch the Grammys.
I don't either. Everything that I like get these days through social media pretty much.
Oh, I see.
I think is terrible. Just in my opinion.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just feel like I get sucked into it, you know? Like, I just, you know, you ever hear the term mindless scrolling?
Dude, that happened to me a couple of days ago. I was, I don't have Instagram, or I have it, but I deactivated it just temporarily because it was a distraction. And then one of my buddies, he showed me a comment to check out. He goes, "Look what this person said. Isn't it stupid?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't have Instagram, but I reactivated my account, and then I just did mindless scrolling. It started with like finding, you know, funny things that made me laugh, like memes and stuff.
Sure.
But then I just kept going, and then like 4 hours later, I'm like, I need to go to bed. This is not good. So.
Yeah, there's definitely like it's so unhealthy, but also it's like so. It's kind of fun too, because then you can consume everything that's going on, not only like in your circle, in like your friends' lives and all that kind of stuff, but also just like, I wouldn't have caught LeBron's like historic game.
Oh, the most points.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like social media alerted me of it basically, so I'd watch the game live, and it was fun. I got to call my dad and have that experience.
That's really cool. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have known.
Right. Otherwise, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
For sure.
But social media, I don't know, it's hard. I think it's great. Like, it's a cool tool that keeps people, I don't know, like unified, I guess, to like what's going on.
Right.
Like globally, but also like within inner circles and stuff like that.
Totally.
But then also just like fucks you up.
Yeah, like you said, I agree.
Both spectrums, which is tough.
Right. Because like you said, it's a tool, but tools can be misused, and it's up to the user to moderate that themselves. But Instagram makes it so addicting that they want you to stay on there,
Yeah. I love that we're just like kind of getting straight into it.
Bro, I know. I didn't even know where we're going to start. We just started.
I don't even know either. If you're watching, what's up, guys? My name is Matt. This is my homie Nelson. We're doing this podcast together. I don't really know what the name's called yet, but we're trying to figure that out. And I'm sure by episode 3 or 4, we'll have something down. But
hope so.
We'll see. We're on this, I don't know. I mean, I'm on this journey of life change and trying to figure out myself and trying to like do things that are uncomfortable for me. And one of them is creating content. And I know for me, I believe I'm a really creative person, and I just really want to, I guess, find my place in the creative world. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like this was one of the big steps that I just wanted to do, and I felt like it'd be really fun to do this with you. So
yeah, when you reached out to me, I was really excited because I've for a while I've been wanting to do a podcast, but not really knowing in what avenue, if you will, and seeing so much podcasts out there, it's just so easy to do it, and it's everywhere. But it's such a simple medium that anybody can do, and just didn't know to do it. But so when you brought up that opportunity, I was like, yeah, dude, I'm on board. I don't even know what we're going to talk about, what this is going to be, but I'm excited to start something. And I think that's like one of the hardest things is starting anything, and the fact that we're already doing it, driving on the road, I think that's awesome. So looking forward to it with you in this journey.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, looking forward to it also. And I think to kind of like tag along with that that statement you had, I feel like for me, this is like not the full ideal situation of like doing this like it's fucking it's like 6:19 at night and there's no sun, there's no natural light. I was hoping to do this around like sunset time, but I didn't have any time to like prep anything. And so like I could have easily just been like, okay, let's postpone it so I can get like the perfect shot of everything, have the perfect setup, all that jazz. But I mean, it's a process, and
totally.
I'm not at that point where I could just have somebody like, I don't know, like set all this shit up for me or whatever. Like I just gotta do it,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't help you at all. I just sat in the seat.
You just sat there and
just watched.
You're texting, you were on the phone, you had a phone call.
Okay, yeah, I'll say that. I did nothing to contribute, just to sit in this chair and hold this mic, so you're welcome. Just kidding. Yeah.
I like I like conversing in cars. I like I mean, even when I'm alone, I'll talk to myself in my head, like I'll have conversations about like my day, and I don't know, I feel like this is kind of a fun, we're talking about like the kind of inspiration where this came from, that James dude that sings in the car.
Yeah,
I don't
James
think we're going to sing in the car, but
who knows?
Who knows? Yeah,
who knows what I mean, this music sounds really good. I don't know what you're playing, but
yeah, it's like some
it's adult hits, but
copyright.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We have to pay for that music. That's right.
Exactly.
Have you ever in your car alone, like driving, like, because you're saying you talk to yourself in your head?
Yeah.
It made me think of you ever been in your car sometimes and you just want to just scream?
Like because of like an emotion?
It could be an emotion, could be sparked by something that happened, but just the release of like screaming in your car by yourself.
Yeah, I think I had like angst, like high school angst, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think, actually now that I think about it, I got really pissed off because of like a bad breakup when I was like 19 years old. It wasn't even like really a breakup. It was like this chick that I was talking to ended up just like cutting it off or whatever, and I was so pissed.
Yeah.
So I like screaming in the car and like punching my steering wheel and shit like that.
That sucks.
19-year-old, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So long ago. Anyway, no, I can relate. I've had some bad breakups and yeah, but there's something about screaming in the car that's such a release and something that's like therapeutic to do. And
no, for sure.
But yeah, that's.
Why do you bring that up?
I bring it up because I had a memory of when I was driving my car and something was frustrating and that was going on in my life at the time, and I didn't have words to describe it or what to put onto that situation, and I just was like, and I oops, and I screamed. And it was weird. I was by myself. It was at night like this, and it felt good. And then I kept doing it. I ended up making myself laugh because I looked at myself in the mirror and I looked like an idiot. But yeah, that's all the reason why. When you said that, it made me think of that one moment I was driving and I was screaming. And anyway,
do you think it's easy for men to be able to like express their true emotions with other people? Do you think it's easier to do it alone? Do you think it's easier for most people? It's like kind of like a broad thing, you know, generalizing every guy.
For sure.
But maybe your take, like, is it easier in your opinion to just do that and find some sort of like, not just a relief, but some sort of like a positive breakthrough by doing that?
Yeah.
Or is it more beneficial to like, I don't know, bottle it up and just like maybe talk about it with like a homie, you know?
Yeah, I think it depends. I feel for me it was sometimes it was hard to kind of like figure out what was I feeling and why was I feeling it, and sometimes wanting to feel the if like for example the sadness of life, because I knew that I was like, you know, bummed or upset or angry or frustrated, but I didn't know how to put that in words per se. And sometimes even because I'm sure you heard of this, right? Like it's good to cry sometimes, like it's almost like cleansing to your soul, if you will.
Yeah.
And I remember like in college I would watch sad movies so that I could cry or feel something because I didn't know how else to express it. And so I think by nature we're very we relate a lot to like narratives, to stories. That's why we watch movies so much. I don't know. I watch movies. I love movies a lot. I love all kinds of movies. I remember watching the movie. I don't know if you know this movie, Crash. You ever heard of that movie?
No. Okay.
So it's just a movie about like all these different people's and in different walks of life, and they all somehow connect in some way, shape, or form. And sometimes it's really happy, sometimes really depressing. But it's like one of those movies that get you in your feels basically.
Yeah.
But I think as men, I think it's hard sometimes to really like kind of express or communicate those emotions, and we use either music, we use movies to kind of like allow ourselves to feel something, or to be able to be like, yeah, that song is hitting me right now. You know, you ever had that before? Like you're listening to music, whether it's like,
and it just feels like it's timely for how you feel.
Yeah, for that situation. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I think for me, country is good for like relationships.
No.
Because it's always like stories that they talk about. Like, you know, I think of Tennessee Whiskey. I don't know why, but I don't even know if that's a song about breakup. But I feel like that's really good for like breakups, country specifically. I don't know.
There's something about country music that's like almost very true to your soul and your emotions and your feelings, and it's just like so genuine, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a big country guy. I love country music.
I know you are. I used to not like country at all. I think I listened to everything except for country.
Yeah.
But friends like you, I have other friends that like Colin, that introduced me to country, and kind of got, and D-Li that got me into it, and now there's some aspects of it that I actually enjoy. And I'll listen to it sometimes depending on how I feel. Like if I get moody or something, I'll play some country and I'll be like, all right, this hits, you know?
Yeah. What's your favorite country song right now?
I don't know the name of it, but you
can pull up your recents.
I'm gonna pull up my recents.
I like anything that's like, I'm a big Luke Bryan fan.
Okay.
I'm a big there's a song called Down to One that I really like by him.
Ooh.
And then I'm like a mainstream like country guy. I'm not like super into like the bluegrass. Like.
Oh, you're not?
Not really. I mean, it's not that I'm not into it. It's just I feel like I enjoy more of the poppy, more of the like mainstream country artists, I guess.
Yeah.
Luke Bryan.
These names all sound familiar, but I don't listen to enough of them to be able to tell you.
Do you know
oh yeah,
Blake Shelton.
I know Blake Shelton.
Zach Brown Band or whatever. I don't think that's right.
I kind of sometimes equate John Mayer with some country. I feel like he can be country, but he's kind of pop country, right?
For sure. I don't think he would like be underneath the umbrella of country music, but he gives off that vibe a little bit for sure.
Okay.
And I think some of his songs kind of are like country-esque.
Okay, Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen, yeah.
Cover Me Up.
Cover Me Up. Oh, that's a good one.
Dude, great song.
That's a great song.
I love that song. And I always will love Tennessee Whiskey. It's just such a cool song. And his voice is just amazing. Who is that who sings that song?
Which one?
Tennessee Whiskey. Who is that guy? I mean, I'll find it if you don't know. I'll just look it up. But yeah.
No, it's not Craig Morgan.
It's Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great guy.
Yeah. His voice is just solid.
Yeah. Blanket out on like country singer names.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I don't know any. But yeah, they're good.
Yeah. I agree. Music's powerful, bro. Like
sure is.
I don't know, like a good song will change your day. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
for sure.
It'll change your mood. It'll change your day.
Yeah.
I mean, like for me, I start my day off either listening to a podcast or listening to like some like music, you know?
Yeah.
And depending on the style of music or the genre of music, it'll either be like lo-fi beats or like Christian music, like it's like some worship music.
Yeah.
And I feel like either one of those two, if I get the right song, it will really get my day going really well, you know? And it's crazy that music can do that for you. You know, like you can just sit. I feel like if I just sat, you know, in the morning on my way to work, and I drive like about like 35 minutes to work in the morning, you know, if I just sat there and thought my thoughts, you know, like I feel like it would have been all right. But a good song in the morning really hits different. Like it really just like kind of sets the tone, kind of.
Do you plan of what you're going to listen the next day so that you can feel the way that you want to feel in the morning, or like to get that kickstart to your day? Or is it just like the morning of, you're like, I'm feeling like a podcast today, or I'm feeling like, you know, Blake Shelton,
yeah.
Shelton. Like, what's that process for you?
No, I don't think about like what I'm gonna listen to the next day.
Yeah.
I kind of just, I don't know, like put it on and just go for it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, actually, I do want to go this way.
Let's do it. Let's go west.
We're gonna go west. These days, I typically will start my day off by just listening to, like, at least for like the last week and a half. No, I say like maybe a month and a half. I'll listen to worship music, but
that's good.
Other than that, I don't know. Like if I'm trying to like listen to a podcast, I don't know, just scroll on YouTube and just find one that my YouTube page is very curated for me, so I have like specific things on there, you know, like a lot of it's like very motivating, like motivational shit, or like there's this one YouTube channel that I follow. It's called Think Big. Have you ever heard of it?
Think Big?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
So it's basically just like a whole bunch of smart people that will get on this podcast and will talk between 7 minutes to like a couple hours.
Is it just two people, or is it like a group?
No, it's always just like a bunch of random people. It's not really just like it's a weird kind of podcast.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say it's a podcast, but it's more of like there's this person that comes on and just talks about like a topic, whether it's like getting your focus back, or overcoming depression, or how to change your life. You know what I mean? And they'll bring in like a CEO or a doctor or like a psychiatrist or something like that, and they'll just talk about whatever that is for anywhere between like 7 minutes, like 2 hours. So usually I'll like listen to that, or like I don't know. Sometimes I'll like listen to theories on like space and like
conspiracy
pyramids.
theories.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
That's amazing.
Like, do you have any conspiracy theories?
No. I mean, other than
wait, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do you think the world's flat?
No, I don't think the world's flat. And do you?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
No judgments here. No judgments.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Have you been like around the world in like in
80
space?
days?
Like,
oh, in space? No, but other people have.
Yeah, for sure.
And also, you know, there's mathematicians from like before Christ's time and like right after, where they were able to I think determine location based off of like shadows in their locations. They could determine like distances and things like that were mathematically proven. I think there's a lot of evidence for this to be around.
That's cool. Hey, no knock on anybody and their decision of what they think like if Earth is flat or not. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like
For
in the
you.
middle. I don't know where I stand, honestly. Like I don't.
What?
It seems like it's flat. Like
Why?
I don't know. Like
Bro,
I don't know,
you're
bro.
serious?
Just like I genuinely am serious. I don't know where I stand with it, and I don't think that I really care that much. But it's kind of fun to be on the unconventional side. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not really that serious. I mean, it's not.
Exactly.
It's not like it's not like impacting. It's not like basis for your values or who you are as an individual. It's just like this is a fun fact that I'm not sure about. But I feel like it's been debunked. I mean, there's a joke that I've heard where, or not a joke, but a riddle that says a camper is running away from a bear. He goes south 1 mile, and then he goes east 1 mile, and then north 1 mile. He ends up in the same spot. What kind of bear is he? What kind of bear is he running away from? So he goes south 1 mile. He goes east another mile, and he goes north another mile, and he ends up in his back at his campground. And the question is, what kind of bear was chasing him? It's a riddle.
Yeah, I definitely caught that. I don't know.
Okay, so he is in the North Pole, and what bear's in the North Pole? A polar bear. And a flat earther wouldn't, wouldn't get that damn riddle because he's like,
That's
black
hilarious,
bear?
That's what I thought. I was like, it can't be a black bear, but I don't want to say it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Safer to say, I don't know.
But
That's
I mean,
hilarious.
I feel, I don't know. It's oh man, gravitational theory, like that's, I don't know. I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to pretend to be able to prove things. But I feel like there are other people that are smart that have proven it, and there's multiple scientists that have proven it. I feel, but that's interesting that you have that thought. I didn't know that about you. So I learned something new today. So that's great.
That's what I like about conversations and driving and doing. I mean, like, I like road trips. Road trips are fun, and often
with the right people for sure.
It's either like you have conversations in there, or you just listen to music and play like the card game. You know what I mean? So it's like
the card game. Yeah.
Yeah, where like Porsche or whatever. You know what I mean? You ever grow up like playing that game?
I don't know what Porsche is. I mean, I know what the car is, but I don't know what the game is.
It's like Punch Buggy. It's kind of like that, but it's like with exotic cars.
Oh, okay. So I played that, but it was with license plates. So if they were out of state, you punch.
For sure.
Like Arizona, you punch them.
Yeah.
Which I think we should do while we're driving. I'm just kidding.
Okay, all right. Spice it up, bro. But yeah, Porsche. I think another one was trying to memorize like phrases. So like we'd start with the alphabet. So I say A, apple, and then someone say B, apple, banana, and then you just keep adding. Yeah.
Until someone like messed up.
And then you start over.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like if we do this game and we start the pod over.
Yeah. Exactly. Pretty much.
What's your favorite place to go to when you're driving? Like by yourself. Like let's say you don't have an agenda and you just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go on a drive.
Towards the beach. Like Solana Beach, I think, driving to it.
The beach right now.
Dude, I love it. Actually, I don't even know if it's still happening, but there's that red algae that glows in the dark. I think it's over, but it happens every year in San Diego, off of Sunset Cliffs, all over the ocean. There's this red algae that is luminescent at night, and it's blue, and so it looks like the waves are glowing in the dark.
That's sick.
Have you ever seen that before?
I know of it. I didn't realize it was red though. I thought it was like green or something like that.
Yeah, they're red in the daytime because that's what they are. But then they have this luminescence that I can't know that. Bioluminescence is what it is. For sure. And they like glow blue, and it's really pretty.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
So maybe we'll see that tonight.
Maybe. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I used to go lobster diving off of La Jolla Cove. La Jolla Shores.
Why? Just cause they're like...
Because there's lobster over there, bro.
Do you just like do it for fun, or do you like try and like catch them for food?
For fun, but never caught one at all.
Not for real.
Yeah. But they're all over the place, and you have like a little spear that you put around yourself, and you release it. Yeah.
I love the ocean. I love the beach. I'm happy like living in San Diego, mainly because of how close we are to the beach. You know
totally.
what I mean? Like,
I love the beach.
I don't want to say San Diego's overrated because I feel like a lot of people are like,
yeah, maybe.
Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I think San Diego is really cool.
Yeah. But
if we didn't have the beach, would San Diego be really that cool? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
Like, I can understand if you're like a sporty and, you know, when the Chargers are back here and like the pods were like good. I mean, we're kind of good now, but I don't know. Like, I don't think like there's a lot that San Diego has to offer that if it's not for the beach, it's not really like, in my opinion, that spectacular.
Yeah, I forget that it's like a vacation spot for everyone else.
That's what I'm saying, because of the beach. You know what I mean? Like, people come here because of our beaches and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's like cool, you know, food, and there's a lot of like diversity here, and it's a very dense, populated like city and all that kind of stuff. But
right.
I don't know, if we didn't have the beach or all the beaches or the coast, I just don't think it would be it, you know? And that's kind of like why I feel like we're still here in San Diego, at least for me and like Esme. I don't know.
So do you feel that anything inland sucks ass?
Like, when you say inland, are you talking about like out of state or like?
No, like in Northern California. So like, I'm thinking El Cajon, Lakeside.
Oh, bro, of course, dude. I'm sorry, but like
Rancho San Diego.
There, dude, I feel bad, bro. Like, I don't know. It's just not it.
All right.
I just feel like, I don't know, bro. I don't want to trash it too hard, but if you're out there, like, fuck, I'm sorry. You know, like I feel bad, honestly. Like,
the cost of living is a lot better over there.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? But it's still like, I don't know. It's still kind of fucked. In my opinion.
I was at the beach. We were at the beach one time, and I think there was a family that was fishing like in the morning. I think when we were surfing, or I was trying to surf, and I asked them. I think I don't know, somehow sparked conversation, and then I was like, "Where are you guys from?" And they're like, "Oh, we're from." Well, it took us 4 hours to get here, and it was like, I think it was like early because we surfed in the morning, like early in the morning, right? When we used to surf.
Dawn Patrol, baby.
Dawn Patrol, baby. Dawn Patrol for life. Rest in peace.
Shout out Ethan and Owen.
Ethan.
Miss those guys. Anyways.
Owen. All right. Yeah, but anyway, I mean, I didn't realize that people would sometimes make that commute to the beach 4 hours inland.
It's pretty nutty. See, that like just
that's crazy
shows why people come out here. I feel like people wouldn't just drive out here for
shits and giggles.
What, for the pods? You know what I mean? Like, the Padres are cool, but they're not, I don't know, like,
I mean, they're getting pretty good, bro. I mean, they were contending for the World Series or for the playoffs.
What's a team that's 4 hours? Would you drive out for like the Arizona Diamondbacks?
Absolutely
you know
not.
I mean? Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And I understand like the pods are like, you know, better now and all that kind of stuff, but still, I don't think it warrants people to just drive out 4 hours for. You know?
For sure.
Unless you're like a diehard fan.
Yeah.
Like, downtown's cool-ish. I don't know. But it's like it's not like New York. You know, New York is like the downtown that people desire to go to and travel to.
It never sleeps.
Nobody ever says like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna travel to like downtown San Diego and vacate there. Nobody does that, bro. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure people do, but I just think that it's like, I don't know. You know?
For sure. I mean, I think downtown, this is my opinion, I think it's trash, but yeah, I mean, back to your point, like, I love the beach. I think every summer I just want to go to the beach. I just love hanging. I love I love going there for the community. There's so much to do there, and yeah.
You, if you had to pick one for the rest of your life, a beach or a really epic, like, you know, have you ever seen in Texas like those lazy pool lakes that they've built into their home?
No.
It's like, you know what a lazy pool is?
Yes.
So I've seen them on like Instagram, to where they have them. It's almost like a little mini water park that's built into like your backyard, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. They got like slides and all
you gotta have
shit.
a lot of land for that.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's why I said Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like that's kind of only doable in Texas.
Right.
But let's say you could like pop one down wherever you want to live, but you can never go to the ocean ever again. Would you do that?
No, I just, all my life I've lived by the beach, and like I'm from the Bay Area, and we would go to Half Moon Bay, and it was so cold. The water was like it felt like freezing temperature, but we always had access to the beach and moved down to Santa Barbara, and that's again a beach town, you know.
For sure.
And so I'm just so used to being around the beach that it's weird to me. You know, when I went to go visit a buddy in Texas, it was so flat, and I don't know. I mean, it was a cool area, and houses were nice over there, but
yeah,
I don't know. There was no access to like body of water, and for me that's weird.
Because lakes aren't really the same, you know. I don't know.
I mean, they're only good for boating, fishing,
hiding dead bodies,
wakeboarding, and all that stuff. And that's like, I think that's good to go to. But I mean, driving by, we're in Del Mar right now, and you can see so much. I mean, not right now, but during the daytime, it's just beautiful, and it's just something so serene about it.
Yeah.
And even making those drives like up north, like on the one, like.
Oh, dude, the one is
so beautiful, bro. So beautiful.
We gotta do it.
We should, bro.
When it's like daytime.
Yeah.
And
there's actually get footage of the water.
There's like lighting, you know what I mean?
Bro.
Guys, I'm so sorry. This is probably like so harsh, but you know, maybe you're listening on Spotify and it's fine. But if you're not, definitely check it out on YouTube because it's fucked, bro. I don't know. It's so harsh. It's so bad.
I mean, we can only see like probably 20
But it is what it is, you know? Like I'm out here doing it.
Oh shit! You just changed the the vibe. We're out here. We're doing it. We're trying to make it work. You know, this is our first one. Maybe it's 0. This is like the beta. You know, is that what you call it? I don't know. Sure.
This is the pilot.
This is the pilot for
episode,
sure. And
you know
and you know, you have to.
Usually pilots are like really fucking good though. That's the thing.
Oh shit!
So it is what it is.
This is gonna be so great. It is great. It's great right now.
Nelson,
you know?
when was the last time that you chased a dream of yours?
Man, you know, the last time I chased a dream. Wait, how big does the dream have to be?
I don't know. Just something that like you really wanted to do. You know, like it could be a small dream, could be a big dream.
Man, that's a good question. I think, well,
like for me, this
most
is
recent.
like kind
of what's yours? Because I think for me right now, the dreams that I'm chasing are kind of small. I mean, they're like, and maybe it's kind of stupid, maybe not, but I'm just trying to run my ass doing these marathons, staying in shape. There's probably not like a dream that people have, but it's a physical dream of trying to compete and doing these things with friends. And right now I think I'm doing it, and I don't know. Come back to me about that.
No, that's dope.
But I don't know.
How long have you been doing like marathons for?
So I started in 2011, I think, time frame. Started with the Rock and Roll Marathon.
Hard,
bro, it's brutal.
Not that I've ever done one, but fuck, I don't think
I've been trying to get you to do one with me.
I don't know if I'd
and you keep saying no to me, and I die a little inside.
Let's just swim. I'll do a triathlon.
Let's do a triathlon.
I'll do the swim part.
Oh, okay. So you want to do like a relay?
Like a relay.
Yeah.
I'll do the swim part. That's fine. I'll do that one.
So you're more of a swimmer?
Oh, for sure.
Did you do water polo in school?
I did. Yeah, I did water polo in high school, and I did a little bit of college water polo.
Okay.
But I'm a swimmer, you know, and you're a runner.
Yes, and we can put that together and do like a relay.
Exactly.
We just need to get someone who can ride bikes. Do you know someone who can ride bikes?
Lance Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong. Okay, this is a great podcast.
Tell me more about like why you choose to do marathons, because that's fucking gross. In my head, at least, like it's gross to just run in general. Like I'm not a big cardio guy.
Yeah, for
unless
sure.
Swimming.
For sure. I mean, I think it stems from just
piping.
Piping?
Anyways,
do you pipe a lot?
I mean, you know, when I can.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I pipe for SDG&E. We gas and electric. Anyway, I think the reason what it is that I think we're like my brother and I are like really good runners ever since we were kids, and it's something that I feel like I am above average. I think amongst people that I know, and it's something that I've done for so long that and something that I enjoy. I have like grown to enjoy it and to love it to the point where like when my friends do it with me, I want to make sure that they're doing it properly and safely, that they're not going to get hurt. And so I don't know. I think it just started with like that was something that I was good at. Like I felt like I've tried basketball, but I'm not the height. Although I can be quick, and then doing soccer and whatever. But running just came easy to me, and like all the technical stuff too, like form and breathing and cadence, heart rhythm, and I don't know. Something that I just felt, I just noticed that I was better than most. Not that I'm like the fastest person. I'm not Usain Bolt or anything like that. Or
it's just something that comes more naturally to you.
It does, yeah. And I feel like if there's something that you know you're really good at, it also builds confidence too. The fact that I can run 8 miles and then 5 miles the next day, and then do it again like the following day, like another like 3 miles, like it's not easy for everybody. And I feel like that gives me a sense of confidence that I'm like, oh wow, I'm not good at a lot of things, but I know that I can do this. And I want to see how far I can take it. And so that's kind of what led me to marathons, which then led me to like Ragnar relays, which are 200-mile relays. And I'm doing one in April actually with my brother. And basically it's a relay race, and you do 3 legs, and it's like a group of 10 people, and you do a total of 200 miles in a span of 72 hours. So the last one that we did was like from Santa Barbara to Dana Point, and we just ran it, that whole thing.
Wow. That's, for context, we're here in San Diego, and you ran from Dana Point back down to here, basically.
Correct.
Right? How many miles is that?
Oh, well, for the whole group was 200 miles total running. For me, I ran 3 legs. It was a 12, a 7 mile, and a 3 mile. And basically we would drop people off at checkpoints, and then they would run their leg, and then we'd pick them up in the van, and then we'd sleep in the van overnight, like 2 a.m. or something, and then wake up. Yeah, we'd have like a 6-hour break and then continue going. But yeah, man, it's so fun. And you should do it.
Sounds so fun. Yeah, for sure. Dude, that's intense. I don't want to say that I don't think I could ever do it, because I feel like
you're in shape. You can do it.
If I really wanted to, I could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think a lot of people like running.
No, but here's the thing. I think most people could actually do it. It's just more of like the desire to go out there and start, like training for that kind of stuff.
For sure.
To take time. Like the thing for me is like, do I think that it's worth my time? Like, I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't. And I think that's what, kind of differentiates people like you versus me. Like you think that's worth it for you, so you're going to do it. And also there's the factor of you're good at it. You're naturally good at it.
Yeah, and I think it's perspective, because like it's interesting that you described like, is it worth your time? For me, I see it more as like a challenge. Like, can I do it? And like it's more of like looking at the goal that's in the distance, pun intended. That was a bad joke. You can cut that out. Make sure you cut it out. It's I think timestamp is anyway. But like it's more of like the ability to do that, and more so than that. And then the training that comes behind it is a means to an end. So for me, I don't really think of it as like, is it worth my time? It's more of like, can I do that thing?
Yeah.
And like when the 200-mile relay was presented to me, I was like, I've never done that before. It's exciting. And I think what helps too is that finding other people that are passionate about that goal or that dream that you have, that encourages and propels you to want to achieve that thing. Seeing other people like, because you're right, not everyone loves running. I know a lot of people who don't like running. People sometimes hate it. No, they don't. Sometimes they don't think it makes any sense. Yeah, I mean, like, sure. I think you're like an example of like, doesn't make any fucking sense. Like,
it's true.
Why am I going to run? Like,
I can understand like some aspects of it that are really beneficial for sure. Like there's great mental
endorphins, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Runner's high.
Exactly. Like I feel like a lot of people do it because of that, and then obviously there's a lot of health benefits for sure.
Totally.
And so like for that alone, I can understand and say that it would be worth it for sure. You know what I mean? But aside from that, like there's no like sexy part of running for fucking 8, 9, 10 miles. Like you couldn't. Like it just. There's no way to make it sound fun or like exciting or like sexy. It's just like.
Is there something is there like something physical like that you would find intriguing to do. Like one thing that comes to the top of my head is like Everest, or like climbing like an insane mountain, like backpacking. Like, do you think that's intriguing in any way? Like something that would spark your like interest if you had the ability to do it without any like, you know, detriment to your life or cost, you know, like is that something that
Yeah, I think so.
spark?
I think when you angle it like that, it makes it more alluring for me, because I think of running as my experience in high school. Like you run around the laps, you know what I mean? Like that shit was so boring.
So boring.
Or like I've even tried to run around my neighborhoods, and it just like it wasn't it, you know, like I'm looking at homes and all that kind of stuff, and just like I don't know, it's just kind of bland, you know.
That's so funny you say that.
If you were to say like, yeah, let's go to fucking Mount Everest and like run a lap, like run a mile, you know what I mean? Like I think the lure for me there is how often would I ever get to go to Mount Everest? A,
right.
B, you know what I mean? Like it's always like snowing there, right?
The caps, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that's kind of cool, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And then I don't know, like being able to say like I ran a mile around like, you know, Mount Everest or at Mount Everest. I think that would be like the kicker for me there. But I see what you're doing. Like that's kind of that's tricky. You know what I mean? That's,
for sure.
That's sneaky.
I did run around your neighborhood. Ended up in this gated community which I had no idea existed.
Yeah.
All these massive homes.
When you were watching Kingston.
When I was watching Kingston, yeah. It was like I forget, it was like a 7 mile or something, but and it was freezing as hell.
Yeah.
Oh no, not as hell. Anyway.
Freezing as hell.
Stupid comment. Yeah, but for me it was, I think it was the end of it that I was like, I'm like so proud of myself that I was able to finish that, you know, even though it was freezing, even though it was painful. I don't know, man, it's so interesting. Like in the moment sometimes it could be challenging, difficult, you want to give up, you ask yourself questions like, why am I doing this? You question the reason you're doing it, you know, but
I feel like everybody does when they run, honestly.
Or I think anything, you know, like you can, like something they're like pursuing, like it could be really hard and really like, what's the point, you know, like why not just quit? It's easier to quit, you know, but that feeling of getting past that and then getting through the pain of it and then getting at that finish line, like saying I did it, I didn't quit, I didn't stop when I could have, and I could have just walked away, or I could have just walked the rest of it. That's so satisfying in it, and like in it, I don't know, it makes me want to ask the question of like, well, what else can I achieve, or what else can I push myself beyond beyond my perceived limit, you know?
Yeah.
And what could that be, you know? And so I feel like that opens up so many more opportunities and doors to be able to say like, and you can apply that to anything, you know, anything in life. I mean, you can just, whatever that is for you, but
no, for sure. I think
putting yourself out there, like even this podcast, or even like your JFF, you know, like all that stuff, like you, I don't know, was it scary for you at first doing that, or was it like daunting?
I think after you do it a few times, like the thing that you're doing, I think it's really exciting, especially if it's like passion driven, you know what I mean? Like for
sure.
me, like content creation and entertaining people and like motivating people and helping people is something that I like have a strong desire to do and be in.
Yeah.
And so I think when you think bigger picture stuff, that can kind of get like, how are you saying, like daunting and kind of like overwhelming and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like the longevity of doing something,
right,
and maybe striving to like open a business or turn like your passion into a business, or, you know, that kind of stuff. I feel like that is where, for me at least personally, it kind of gets like, I wouldn't say difficult, but it's easier to entertain the thoughts like, fuck, is it worth it? You know what I mean? Like there's so many people out there making content. There's so many people out there like starting businesses at different points. You know what I mean? It's like, is it worth it? You know what I mean? Because it's easier to quit for sure, especially if you have like an above average life. You know, like I have a good job, you know, like my wife has a good job. She makes good money.
Amazing
like,
job.
I could just cruise, you know what I mean? And it's like,
yeah, for sure. And you can be comfortable.
Yeah. Every human desires to be comfortable, you know what I mean? And whether they like would admit it or not, I guess it's like, it's nice being comfortable. Like it's nice being in your bed when it's warm, you know what I mean? It's nice taking a hot shower. It's nice eating good food. But when it comes to like the stuff that's difficult, and even more so the difficult things that are good for you, like cold showers, fucking eating broccoli, you know what I mean? Like waking up early, making your bed, writing, reading, all that shit, it's like good for you. It's really hard, and it's easy to just be like, nah, I'm a fucking snooze. I'm gonna snooze the snooze button on my phone. I'm gonna stay in the bed for like 10 more minutes. I'm gonna take a hot shower. I'm gonna eat fucking In-N-Out. You know what I mean? Like that shit's so easy. But
so easy.
It's like, what kind of human being do you want to be? You know what I mean? And I think to your point of doing something that you really enjoy, even though it's hard, and like, I think it's really cool. I guess just like sum it up. I think it's really cool that you do something that's really challenging for you. It's really hard, even though it comes easier to you than by most people. But you understand like the big picture benefits, you know, and you're sticking to like the plan, which is, I guess maybe like for you, like with running, your health, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like more mental strength, because I feel like it takes so much mental strength to be able to run more than fucking 30 feet, you know what I mean? And like not quit. That's like dramatic, but like to run 5-6 miles straight, it takes a lot of fucking brain power to do that, you know what I mean? And
oh yeah, totally. No, I agree. I think I was going to share a funny story. Oh no, you never say funny story because it's not going to be funny all the time, and then you look like an idiot. Interesting story happened to me yesterday. I was running 8 miles, and I had finished. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 8 miles, and I had finished, and I was walking, and it was at night, right? So I was walking to my house, and this lady, old lady, blonde-haired lady, drives up to me, and she goes, "Hey," and I'm like, "Holy crap! Are you gonna try to sell me drugs or kidnap me or like, do you think I'm a prostitute or buy me?"
Yeah.
Because I was wearing my short running shorts, so I don't know. I was showing a lot of leg, man.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
and I'm a bear down here. I don't know why I said that, but anyway,
the Bolivian bear.
The Bolivian bear, they exist, and so does that country. Anyway,
so if you're in Bolivia and you go down like 1 mile from camp south, and then you go east.
What kind of bear is it?
Bolivian bear.
Bolivian bear, yeah. No, but going back to what you had said about comfortability, I think one thing I've been learning about comfortability or being in that comfort, like, yeah, it's nice in the short term. But what I've been learning is that like being in the comfort zone can be dangerous for you. I've heard it equate to that it's like kind of like the devil's playground, if you will.
For sure.
Where like if you're comfortable and there's nothing that's like striving or motivating you or pushing you to be better or to change, you get into complacency.
Yeah.
And that's where growth stops, and almost to the point where you can be stunted. I'm not sure if I'm saying that properly, but I think that that for me, I don't want to be comfortable in my life where I'm at, you know, in my stage of life. Like, I want to do the things that are going to push me, even if I don't want it. And I think that vocalizing that, like, I don't want to do this shit. Like, I don't want to run. Sometimes I don't want to run 8 miles. Sometimes I don't want to run, you know, like, but it's something I know that it's going to help me for my races, you know, like when it gets to that point.
Yeah.
And so knowing and thinking about what the benefit will be long term, makes me want to just get out of bed or put my running shoes on and just getting the hell out in the street and just run, you know, like, complacency can be very dangerous for anybody. And so, I'm trying to like learn about being aware of like when I am complacent in something in any area of my life, like whether it's with work, whether it's with relationships or like my own goals, like, you know, with the running, for example. Because I have planned like a running plan, and I run like set miles each day with a rest in a couple of rests in there, and I always get upset at myself when I skip a day and I don't run. I feel like, man, I just wasted something, you know, that I could have been doing, you know. Not to say that rest isn't bad. Rest is good, you know. You gotta rest your body, of course, but
yeah, no, that's interesting that you like bring that up about when you miss a day, you like feel bad about it, you know what I mean? So that just like that shows that you're really dedicated to it. You know what I mean? And it's like it means so much to you that when you don't do it, you feel like shit. You know what I mean? Like physically and mentally.
Man, yeah.
So it's like
it's true.
That shows a lot, at least for me, to like see. Okay, like you're that dedicated to where it really affects you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like on the days that you miss it. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting to like think about in that perspective.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't see it as like, oh, like all shitty and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
You know, like because there's. Unless you're like planning, you know what I mean? Like I can understand like if you plan it out and then like you just miss it because I don't know, you just decide to like
life
scroll.
happened or something, or scrolling.
But running, man, good for you, bro.
Thanks, man.
I'm curious about we kind of got sidetracked, but I want to know what the story is about that chick that was like that old lady with like the blonde hair, and she was like.
I think she thought I was either a drug dealer or a hoe because
she shouted at you. Or
well,
something
no,
like
she drove her car right next to me.
Yeah.
And I was walking, and she like started to like follow me, and
Yeah.
she opened her window, and the windows were tinted, so I couldn't really see in there, and it was also nighttime, so I couldn't see really much anything other than like this old lady with like blonde hair and
Yeah.
like, hey. And luckily I had my headphones in, so I really couldn't hear anything other than that. I saw her mouthing something.
Yeah.
But it was unexpected and caught off guard, and I just was like, I puffed out my chest, and I got like really like stoic and like hard, I guess is what you would say, and it was like, and walked away, like,
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you.
That's hilarious.
And I went to my house, but it was it was pretty weird, and that was like the first time that happened to me. I told my coworkers that, and he was like, "Man, you trying to get kidnapped, aren't you?" And I was like, "I'm just trying to run some miles." But yeah, it was pretty bad. But that's kind of how it ended. And then when she realized that I was not about anything, she sped off, man. It was weird. It was so weird.
That sounds weird.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this podcast,
You're a weirdo.
you're a weirdo.
What the hell are you doing?
Nah.
You said you're from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Have you been paying attention to the NBA trade deadlines and all that kind of stuff and what's going on?
No, not really.
You guys traded away Wiseman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
you guys,
that.
You guys got a nice bag for him, though. It sucks because I feel like for the Warriors, I would say like I'm kind of like a Warriors fan because of Steph Curry. Like he's just dope. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. He's
Klay
cool.
Thompson.
And yeah, Clay's cool. You know, the Splash Brothers are dope for sure. But it's like, I love Steve Kerr. I think he's a great coach, and I think he's a great
Great leader.
He's a great leader. You
For
know what
sure.
I mean? More so than a coach, is a great leader, and I really admire that.
Right.
About like if you were on the team, I don't know if I'd like really care that much, but because of who he is, he's like Greg Popovich. You know what I mean? He's a great. You know, he's a great leader. He's a great coach.
Totally.
But for the Warriors, I feel like since Zaza, you guys haven't had like a legit center, and I thought Wiseman was it. Like you guys drafted Wiseman, I thought he was like solid. Obviously, like his rookie year, he was like all right, and then like last year he was like better. But I think this is technically his third year.
Right.
I thought that he was gonna like blow up or whatever. But anyways, you guys traded him away, but I think you guys got like 3 or 4 second-round picks for him. Or,
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something stupid. Something like really great for the team for sure. But it's like, bro.
I mean, I feel like that era of like Steph Curry and Klay is like on the. I think we're over that peak where it's kind of like now it's time to rebuild or look at rebuilding maybe.
Yeah. But that, I mean, like for me, that center was like a rebuild piece.
Totally.
Because like they drafted him like during, I don't know, maybe like the prime of like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, I don't know. But I get it. They're kind of getting up there, and
For sure.
Their game is going to change, I think, a little bit more as they continue to get older. Obviously, they're going to have to adapt or whatever. But it's just crazy. There've been a lot of crazy trades that have been going on today.
Yeah.
At least today's been wild, bro.
When's the deadline?
I feel like it was today.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, like I got.
Are you doing
stupid
fantasy basketball this year?
No, I did it one year and it was just too much. Like every
too
single
hard.
day.
It's too hard,
every
yeah.
single week. I don't know. It's like fantasy football is like it for me. You know.
It's so simple. It's once. I mean, Thursdays, Sundays, Mondays, but it's not as frequent as basketball.
Yeah.
Or baseball. Baseball's tough.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. That's too much, bro. That's too much.
So many players, so many games.
I don't got time for that, bro. I got mortgage to pay.
You got a baby.
Got a baby.
Got a wifey.
I got too much going on.
You got a puppy. Too much going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's it being a dad?
It's a lot. It's a lot of good though. It's like the way that I describe it to most people. It's like it's really hard, but it's like the best thing at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I think having a daughter hits a lot more differently than I think anything. Like being a dad.
Yeah.
But it's great. I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's a different type of challenge because I feel like for me, I feel every day go by faster. Like, especially with her being so young, and it's like
totally.
I feel each day passing so much faster than normal.
Right.
And it's cool because it's cool and it sucks because of two things. It's cool because I'm more aware of like not just milestones but just like overall progress in life.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of use Emerson as like a time gauge for me.
Really?
To where like, you know, she's a little bit over a year. She's actually almost 2, which is fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
But like I see her as like the clock, and I have my dreams kind of attached to her and to like my personal life, and it's like as the months go by, I can kind of track how far I am in regards of like my dreams and my goals, ambitions, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Because like when she turned 1, I was like, fuck, dude, I was supposed to be working out like a lot every single week, every single day.
Working out a lot?
Yeah, like physically, you know, because like that was one of my goals, was to be like really consistent working out.
Right.
And then like a year passed, because I was like, prior to having Emerson, I was like, dude, I can't get a dad bod. Like I can't be that guy. You know what I mean? Like I gotta be straight. You know, I gotta be good, like physically, mentally. I gotta be like that DILF, like for my wife. I gotta like
for my wife.
You know what I mean? It's like, bro, I gotta like, I gotta look good and I gotta feel good.
Yeah, for sure.
And I like completely dropped the ball. I mean, like, thank God for like my metabolism. Like,
no, you look great, bro.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. But
You're welcome.
I guess like to my point, it's really difficult being a dad because of all the things that are going on. But it's also really great because there's like so many things, bro. Like I'm blessed because like not everybody can have a kid, and also like on top of that, like it's just I don't know, bro. Like overall, it's just such a blessing to have her. You know, like I feel like she's changed me so much already, and it's only been like almost 2 years.
Right.
I feel like I'm more sympathetic. I feel like I'm more like careful and gentle.
That's cool.
And I think that's really cool, you know. And then I don't know, like making these memories with her, even though she probably won't remember like 80% of them, 90% of them. It's
not
like,
right now, but yeah,
it's like, I don't know, for me it's really special, you know. I get that opportunity to like hang with her and fucking throw her around and like, I don't know, do things, and it's really fun.
Yeah, and I hear that like I've heard before people say like they're only that age, like, I mean it's obvious, but they're that age once, you know, and you're not going to get that back.
Jordan Peterson,
yeah,
right?
Jordan Peterson said that. Yeah, so like you make the most of that time with those when they're that small and that little.
Yeah, I heard this. Sorry to cut you off, but I heard this thing.
Cut me off all you want.
Cut this person off right here. I'm kidding. I heard this thing like for kids when they're in an early stage of life, if a dad isn't present, the chances of them being like a very troublesome kid, going to jail, all that kind of stuff, is significantly higher.
The probability of it, right? Yeah.
If the dad isn't present.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
But if the mom isn't present, they're fine. Which is weird. You know what I mean?
Weird.
Like, I think it's really powerful for men to not fuck that up. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's really easy to coast into like being in a grind mode for work and all that kind of shit.
For sure.
But I don't know, like I don't know. I just feel like men got to be careful when it comes to raising their kids.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
I already see, like, the younger generation, like, not to, like, shit on them, but I feel like that generation is, like, fucked, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're weird, you know? And I don't feel like I'm taking it to, like, where I want to relay this responsibility for, like, hundreds and thousands of men. But it's like, if we don't take that shit serious, I can't imagine how much worse it's going to be. Like, I feel like it's already really bad as it is with, like, my generation, but, like, I look down at, like, the younger generation.
Our generation.
Yeah, our generation, Nelson. Our generation. It's like there's not that big of an age gap, bro. We're good.
No, man, no. Elder millennial. Anyway, go ahead.
No, but it's like I don't know, and like if they're younger people, I don't want to like be like shitting on you guys, but I don't know. It's just like really weird. Like I feel like.
Do you feel like a weight on you for that, or a pressure to be that kind of dad that you're talking about for Emerson?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I feel like, you know, obviously, I mean, it's kind of like case by case for each person, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But for me, I know because of how my parents raised me, I want to be a really kick-ass dad that's very present.
Both your parents were present, right?
They were to a degree. I would say my mom more so because she stayed at home with me for like my childhood pretty much while my dad worked. My dad worked a lot. He worked 2 jobs.
To make ends meet.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, to set us up for a good life, you know, like I see it now that way and I understand it now that way. Versus
but in the moment when you were growing up, was it different?
It was different for sure.
Yeah.
You know, like I think, you know, he had to do what he had to do to be able to, you know, bring in money for us to have a good, comfortable life. And from my understanding and my experience, we had a good, comfortable life. I wouldn't say like we were well off or anything like that. I'd say like we were like middle class, you know. We didn't have a home. We would always like move to apartments and all that kind of stuff. But you know, I know my dad was doing what he had to do to be the provider for us. You know what I mean? And so I recognize that now, and I think that's really good that I can recognize that now. But,
now that you have a kid.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like for me, I really want to do a good job to raise a good daughter, to raise a good human being that, you know, can contribute to our society in a positive way, and hopefully be a influential person that can help people, you know, like that's what I want. You know, I don't care what she does in life. I just want her to be a good person and to help people, and I hope that I could be that sort of an example for her. So like for me, I do feel like there's like that weight of responsibility for me. And I mean, like what's really cool is everybody to a degree has like a platform. Oh fuck, that sucks, dude.
What happened?
It's a bike on the side of the road.
There was an accident that we just saw on the 78 East.
Yeah.
Hope they're okay.
Yeah, for real. But anyways, like it's like I feel like I just need to do a really good job, you know what I mean? And I want to use this platform to challenge people and to help people and to like encourage people and entertain people too at the end of the day. You know, like all these things I want to do for people.
Yeah.
And I think that like when you have a kid, everybody has different situations going on. Some people have it harder than each other than some other people, and like that's, you know, it is what it is. That's life, you know what I mean? But with the time that we have with our kids, and this is obviously like to all the parents and like people that want to be parents, it's like to Jordan Peterson's statement, which is so true, we only have them for such a small period of time, and that age is, I feel like, very, very important and very crucial. And I'm not a fucking like doctor. I'm not like I don't have like experience to that degree, you know what I mean? But like if you just fucking think about it, it just makes sense. Like it just makes sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I feel like for me, I just need to do a really good job because I can understand that there are things that happen now for her with our interactions that are gonna be like big stepping stones for her in the future, you know what I mean? Like she's gonna learn things through interactions, even if I'm just like being kind to her now, you know what I mean? Like that shit is gonna like translate to how she acts as a human when she's fucking like 18, 19, 20 years old, you know what I mean?
Isn't the most of their development 1 through 5 or something like that, where they're like sponges and what they experience and
I think I think they're different waves of like what they soak in, you know what I mean?
For sure.
But
it probably makes you more conscious of what you're saying, what you're doing, how you're treating people, how you're treating Esme, right? Because you probably, I don't know if you've thought about this, I'm sure you have, but you in the future when Emerson has, you know, someone in her own life, someone special in her life, you could probably want someone who's going to be, that she has an example to look off of. Like, my dad treated me like this, and he treated my mom this way. That's the bar for me, you know?
Right.
Have you thought about that?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. I think about that actually like very often, almost every week. You know what I mean? I think it's just like based on my actions, because also like Esme, she has an incredible father, you know, and he's like,
oh man,
he's like the goal of being like a dad, in my opinion. You know, like he's so loving, he's very patient, loving.
So accepting,
very kind, very welcoming.
Shout out to Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd's the best, dude. Floyd's the guy. He's him. You know what I mean? Like, Floyd's really him.
Have you seen those giant hats that says him, and they and they just put it on?
Yeah.
The oversized hat. That's great. Yeah, that's his hat.
I love him, and
he's a goat.
He's the model. He's the goat. He's the model for me, at least. And I think Esme, you know, Esme and her dad Floyd have had a great upbringing and a great relationship.
Totally.
Well past into her adulthood, and it's like, you know, I want to be that for Emerson, and I want Emerson to see how I interact with her and find that in another person, you know, for whoever she marries.
You are that person, bro.
Thanks.
Seriously,
that, bro.
Yeah.
Trying my best, and I know a lot of people out there are trying their best too. And I think like if we can just as guys, as men that have kids and men that strive to have a kid, if we can just like have the same mindset of intentionality with whatever time that we have, and leave some sort of like positive interaction every single day with our kid, no matter how hard our day was, then we're winning. You know what I mean? And it's like I look at that every single day as like my arrow for how I interact with Emerson. If I can make her laugh, if I can make her feel loved, if I can like hug her and kiss her and show her that, like, you know, that's like an act of love. If I can share with her, if I can like play with her, those are like my arrows. And if I can do those things, then I feel like I win. You know what I mean?
Totally. And so does she.
Yeah, for sure, she wins. Especially like if she doesn't fucking know that much right now. Like all, you know, like she knows crayons, she knows coloring, she knows like food. You know what I mean? And like if I can do all the things that she enjoys and loves and brings her joy, then like that's a fucking win, dude. Like that's awesome.
Totally.
For both people.
Yeah, and it will definitely help her, you know, develop in life as she gets older, and will learn to trust. And I don't have that experience, but I definitely can understand where you're coming from, for sure. And it as simple as it sounds, it's not always seen, you know. Like for me personally, like growing up, you know, single mom, not having a dad around so much, you would think all those things are so easy to do, but life can happen. Addictions, hurts, all those things can happen, and it can be difficult and it can be hard sometimes. But I think that's great that you have those arrows that you call to help develop that relationship with Emerson and to better both your lives, all your lives, and I think that's great.
Yeah, don't get me wrong though, bro. Like it's fucking hard. Like there's a lot of days where I just like don't want to interact with her too much, because like I'll give you an example. Like I'll come home from work every now and then, not every time, but every now and then she's just like not feeling it. You know, like she had a really long day. She probably like did something that like made, you know, Esme not super happy, and so like, you know, like it probably had some sort of interaction there that didn't like go great for both parties. And then like, maybe she like missed a nap, or she didn't get to eat like a banana. You know what I mean? Like that'll fucking trigger her, like, you know.
Damn it.
Or like, I don't know, she falls or something like that, and then she's just triggered for the whole entire day. And I come home and she's just like whining and like complaining and like upset and all that kind of stuff.
That's gotta be hard.
It's so hard, you know. Like I get it, you know. Like it can be really difficult, dude. It's like it's not all like sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah, no, that's real. Has she? I don't think she just does it anymore. But I always ask like friends that have babies and stuff. Like, has she like pooped on her back, behind her back, like through her diaper? I think just that's the funniest thing. Like, you know, I don't know. Did she do that?
For sure. She's done it at least one time. She hasn't done it.
Just blows up.
Yeah, exactly. It's really like how they like lay and like how they sit. I think when they poop.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, especially, and I think it happens more so when they're like little. You know,
right.
Is, like,
infants,
explosive diarrhea, basically.
Yeah.
For, like,
it's just
the
a
first,
question.
like 6 months of life.
Yeah, it's just a question I always ask. Not always, but whenever I have friends, like I had friends that came over from New York. Caleb and Ari, and they brought over their baby, Lenny, and that was like one of the first questions I asked. Has he pooped on his back yet?
Yeah.
It was just like such a random question, but I don't know.
Yeah, babies are weird, bro. But they're cool.
Yes, I agree. They are cool. So cute. Their smell is addicting. Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
You agree?
Yeah, I still like sniff Emerson's head. Like, there's like a baby smell, you know what I mean?
It's that baby smell, for sure.
It's not even like
therapeutic,
she's a baby,
right?
It's just like, actually there's like a chemical thing. Like, is
it like a bonding thing?
Again, don't fucking quote me because I'm not a doctor or whatever.
Oh,
but
you're not a doctor?
Do your own fucking research, people.
Google it. You're an adult.
Yeah, Google's like the key, guys. Yeah, Google tells us everything correctly. Anyways. I guess there's like some chemical thing, like a bonding thing or whatever, like for newborns.
For sure.
That when they're born, you know, like if you sniff them or something like that, I don't know, it's like some bonding thing or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it's also like therapeutic. I think just like be so close to your baby and just like fucking hug him so tight and like sniff him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But anyways.
It's not weird that I do it, right?
Just don't go sniffing babies.
Yeah, okay.
I would highly advise you to not do that.
Of course.
Unless they're like...
Of course.
Cool.
Yes. We are now passing Twin Oaks Valley Road on the 78.
I want to do this thing to where, like, later down in life, I hate the word if, when things happen, you know what I mean? Not if, I snap at EJ all the time, bro. Like,
when
he used to do it so much, bro, like, for JFF, like, he would be like, if JFF, and I snapped at him one day, like, bro, get that shit out of your mouth. If you say if one more fucking time, bro, like, I'm not your friend anymore.
So what is it about that word that gets you so heated?
It's like you're doubting yourself, or you're doubting the person, or you're doubting your ability to do something. If I get up, if I can do this, if it's like, no, dude, just fucking, I'm gonna do it when this happens. You know, there's like a lot of power with your words, you know what I mean? And
100%.
Like, even like in the Bible, it talks about how there's power in your words. Whether you're like a Christian or not, there's something about being able to like just voice something out there to the fucking universe.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like being able to say like, I'm gonna get up at 5 o'clock versus if I get up at 5 o'clock, I'll work out. You know what I mean? Like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm going to wake up at 5 o'clock and like work out.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like there's a powerful energy that happens when you do that.
Yeah.
And so when EJ would say that shit, if JFF blows up, or if JFF gets to a point where we're consistent, like, nah, like when we do this, when we're at 1,000 subscribers, when we're operating as a business, when we XYZ, that's how you should be focusing. I think that's a great mindset tool for me, at least.
Totally.
And I mean, hopefully people can understand where I'm coming from with that. Try it. Just give it a shot. You know what I mean? Try it for a week. Don't use the word if. And whenever you use the word if, you Venmo me $1.
Okay, so
there's your accountability.
One thing that I have been really leaning on is kind of similar to that, but it's actually from one of my buddies, Nick. You know Nick?
Yeah.
Shout out to Nick.
Jack Ryan.
Don't know what he's doing right now. Probably killing people, killing bad guys. No, he says, be about it, don't say about it. I think that's what it is.
Nick's probably like, damn it, Nelson.
I said it so wrong. No, because like I think that's good that to speak or confess like the things that you want to see come to fruition.
Yeah.
It's one thing to do that. It's also another thing to like overdo that sometimes, where you. It's not the whens that you're saying, but it's more of like, I need to do this, or I need to wake up in the morning, or like even saying like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym, on Saturday or whatever, or saying all these things but then not following through. It got to the point for me where I was doing that a lot, and it irritated him because he's someone that really good at holding people accountable. I think that's also good too, having people to hold you accountable to things that you confess,
Mm-hmm.
to like remind you or keep you on that that narrow, to say like, you said you're gonna do it, man. You're not doing it. What's going on? So I think that's good to have in your life. And he's that one person that kind of got me on that path of being of where I should just be about it, don't say about it, because the more that you become it, the more that becomes like just a part of who you are. In the beginning, once you get to that point, I think that's like, then I feel like you can start to like, I don't know, not brag, but like talk more about it, and I don't know, I feel like it's been working for me in terms of that. When it comes to like working out or running consistently, and because before I would say like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym like 5 times a week, and then I don't, and like it just disappoints me, and it annoys him, and and so I don't know, I just something about that really like got me where it's like, focus on just doing that thing that you want to do.
Yeah.
Don't brag about it just yet, like. Keep it quiet in your heart, like just focus on creating that habit. And then maybe like once you've gotten that habit down, or that thing that you want to achieve more consistently, then comes that say about it thing maybe. But for me right now, it's just like being about it. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that's something that has helped me to be consistent. And even if I fail, like I feel like, I didn't tell anybody, so it's all good, and I just try again the next day.
Yeah.
Because people will see the difference, and actions speak louder than words sometimes. So I don't know if that goes against what you just said, but just another perspective, if you will.
Yeah. No, I don't think it necessarily goes against it. I do see that perspective. I think it's really valuable. I think that's the cool thing about like doing these conversations. It's cool because I get to gain another perspective, you know what I mean? And hopefully people out there can also gain different perspectives. And I think that's going to happen naturally with just doing these kind of things.
Totally.
That's cool. Yeah, I like the whole accountability thing. I think it's the hardest thing because
it's like hard, bro.
Yeah, it is hard. It's like it's like if you're going through something, like let's say like you got like a drug addiction or something like that, or like you're like trying to get off alcohol or whatever.
Yeah.
It'd be easy to be like, yeah, I want to do that, but then you have somebody be accountable to you, and it's like, fuck, it's even harder, you know what I mean?
Right, because that someone else knows other than yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Or like even like growth standards, like, okay, I want to work out every single... Okay, so like I'll give you a good thing. What's really fun is like me and my buddy Anthony, we do these weekly calls with each other.
Yeah.
And we basically just like talk about our gratitude, because both of us, we both very much enjoy the journey of gratitude and daily gratitude, almost like stoicism kind of thing, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's cool because we keep each other accountable to what we both really highly desire in personal growth for that area of our lives, you know what I mean? It's like,
for sure,
we both really want to continue to be grateful every single day, and we both really want to be intentional about sharing, I guess, like hardships of being like young dads and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, cool, because we get to keep each other accountable to doing that every single week.
Yeah.
And then also we have like many almost like side quests like throughout our day, like, okay, like, when we have a hard mental day, we try to text each other, or like I'll send him like voice memos. And
yeah,
dude, I'm all about that, bro.
You're all about the voice memos.
It's like
so
my
funny.
thing.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's great.
But it's like we keep each other accountable to those things because we understand the growth that comes from being accountable to the things that we like to like do and what we want to be as human beings.
Right.
So accountability is very strong. It's a very powerful thing, and I think everybody should entertain that idea that if you really care about something or you really want to see big change in your life, tell somebody about it and then tell them to like keep you to it every single day or every single week. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I think it's powerful.
And I think it's also good to have multiple people that, because I think this leads into like counsel from people too. Like, the one thing I love about in the Bible that talks about like there's in the multitude of counsel there's safety, and I think like for everyday life stuff, for hard stuff in life, there's people that are in your life that can give you that different perspective, you know, or like you know, even like you sharing that with those people, whoever those people are that you trust, that you know, that are well intended, that know you and have your best interest in mind, to be able to like share those things, those hard things that you maybe are unsure about, or just need another perspective on a situation that you're dealing with, whether it's children or a relationship or, you know, a big deal that you're trying to, you know, for promotion or, you know, moving to like another state or whatever. I think it's so great to have that. One thing I really value so much in my life is having that multitude of counsel, like people from all walks of life, like people who are married, people who are single and have like really successful careers, people who are kind of ahead of me in life. And because one thing I've been learning too, like that is that you can learn two ways, you know, you can learn from your mistakes or you can learn from other people's mistakes, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's so valuable, and I think we don't do that. So I know I don't do it as often as I should, you know, going to those people who've been through it, you know, who have been through hard times, you know, and not only get advice, but get encouragement. Like, hey, like what you're going through is rough. What you're going through is hard, but I was also there too. And if I can get through it, so can you, you know? It's something that's just they're just so valuable in having those kinds of relationships and like sustaining them, nurturing them. Because I think it's so valuable both ways, I think. And I can't speak enough about having that. Like, it's like a part of that accountability piece, you know? But also that aspect of like wisdom from other people that have been where you haven't, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like navigating life. You have to have those guides on your left and right, you know? Like, I don't know. It's for sure helped me make the things that I deal with more bearable, or more hopeful in, or more encouraged in, you know?
Right. I think most people can attest to that. You know, I feel like most people kind of understand that, probably have been through that, probably have like a good homie that like is somewhat more involved in their lives than most people, you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
I feel like most people can understand that. That's a very powerful thing. And yeah, I think I like it. I'm blessed to have like a core group of dudes, you know what I mean? Like my homies.
Dudes.
It's like
so critical.
Yeah, it's great because I don't know, it's like we all help each other, you know what I mean? Whether
yes.
It's like, I don't know, there's about 5 of us, you know, and we've been basically like doing intentional life with each other like every single day for like, I would say 6, 7, 8 years. I feel like longer, I don't know, but anyways,
that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. And I don't know, it's like we'll go through seasons of life to where none of us are like really going through anything bad, but it's just like we're all fucking just doing life and winning and experiencing shit.
Yeah.
And there's times where like 1 or 2 of us are having like a really bad time.
Yeah.
But we're like always trying to like be there and like do things that will be beneficial for each other.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like even hearing these conversations and like hearing our conversation, hearing your points, it makes me reflect on like I'm so blessed to have like a good group of guys that I can do life with and are like there for me. You know what I mean? Like it's dope, dude. I'm happy.
Invaluable.
Yeah, for sure.
Valuable.
Dude, yeah. I couldn't imagine like if we were in like a zombie apocalypse and like I were like the last human being on Earth.
Like The Last of Us?
Have you seen it?
Dude, so good.
Fuck, I haven't seen it yet.
You gotta see it.
Everyone talks so highly of it.
Yeah.
I want to watch it.
I'm like getting so into it that I'm gonna start playing the game.
Dude, right? Yeah, I know. It's crazy because I feel like most video games, when they do this type of shit, it doesn't turn out to be successful. But this one seems like it is.
No, yeah, I feel like we're at the early stages of it. I mean, as of right now, it's really entertaining and it's really faithful to the game, the gameplay and the storyline, with the exception of episode 3, of course.
Don't spoil it.
I won't spoil it. But it's definitely been an entertaining watch. I haven't seen the 4 and 5. I think 5 is dropping before the Super Bowl.
No, for real.
Yeah, because they don't want to compete with them. But
that's fair.
Anyway, yeah, I definitely echo what you're saying. Just the gratitude I have for the guys in my life. And it's so funny because they're from different, they all grew up differently. I mean, there are some common threads here and there, but yeah, I definitely echo it, and I'm so thankful for those friends, for sure. Even though at times, sometimes it can be, I think sometimes like we can poke fun at each other. I think it's coming from a loving place.
Oh, for sure. I mean, if you don't have that in your friend group where you can like shit on each other and
for sure
challenge each other and like be,
I get shit on so much.
Kind of like I don't know, like dicks to each other.
Totally.
I don't
you
know.
need
It's
that.
like you need that because then I don't know. I don't feel like it's like a real friendship.
It's
if you
grounding.
Don't do that. Yeah, for sure. It's grounding. And it's like I don't know, like don't take life so seriously. You know what I mean? Like have fun and like be stupid. Like whatever. But you mentioned Super Bowl. Who do you got?
Eagles.
Yeah.
What about you?
Eagles for sure.
For sure. Let's go.
Yeah. My I made fun of this. So I filmed our JFF pod the other day.
Yeah.
And we were talking about like who's gonna like win the Super Bowl or whatever, bro. So
was this how long ago was this?
The pod?
Yeah, that you did. Pod? Yeah, that you did that and talked about it
on Monday.
Oh, okay.
So not that long ago.
All
actually.
right.
But my I'm gonna say he's like mildly my buddy. But
he's not there
Nick
yet.
Sirianni, the head coach.
Uh-huh.
He helped me out with so I have like a few friends that played for the Chargers. One still plays in the league, but he's like I feel like he's probably gonna be done soon. I don't really know. But
who is it?
Jaleel Dye.
Ooh.
He's a safety.
Yeah.
He's cool guy. But
that's awesome.
I'm lucky enough to have like some buddies that have played in the league or are playing in the league.
Sure.
And when the Chargers were in San Diego, I had a contact with him, Nick Sirianni, who was our wide receivers and quarterback coach, and he helped me out get like some of the players to like go to one of these like events that I was like doing for the church at the time.
Right.
And kind of like kept contact with Nick for a little bit. He ended up going to Indy to do offensive coordinator stuff over there, and then he ended up getting like the job as the head coach for the Eagles. And I remember when he got the job, I texted him like, "Bro, congrats! Like, dude, it's so sick, such a huge blessing, all that kind of stuff." We like shared a few messages, and then
that's so awesome.
They ended up getting like, oh god, some player or like there was something that happened. And I texted Nick saying like, "Bro, y'all looking scary," with like all caps, like scary.
Yeah.
And he just like never replied back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, "Bro." I'm like, dude, he ghosted me.
That's okay.
And so I like, well, every now and then I'll tease text him. Like I'll draft out a text like, "Oh, bro, like nice touchdown." You know what I mean? Like AJ Brown going off.
Bro, his phone must be blowing up. I mean,
no, I never send it. I just like tease myself.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like I look back and like my heart breaks a little bit. Like, damn it.
For sure. Yeah.
Like he's too big now to like remember me, but it's all good. Like that's life.
That's life.
I'm just happy that I know somebody that's in the Super Bowl and that has made it. I will definitely milk that one and be like, yo, I got a homie, you know what I mean? But
that's so great.
I definitely got the Eagles. I got them, let's say, I think it's going to be high scoring. I think it's going to be like 35 to 39. That was my prediction on the pod, and I'm sticking to it. I think it's
39, huh?
Yeah, I think there's going to be a safety.
You think it's going to be a safety?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a safety. And the Eagles are going to win it. That's my guess.
Yeah.
It's very unconventional, but I'm all about that these days.
I agree. It's definitely going to be a high-scoring game. I don't know if it's going to be that score. I'm thinking it's going to be... I was thinking more like 42... No, maybe less. 35 to 39... 38. Field goal.
It's going to be a slinger, huh?
Yeah.
High
But it's going to be high scoring. I think... What are the odds right now? I think the Chiefs are in favor.
I think so, yeah. I think the Chiefs are. I mean, like, bro, Patrick Mahomes is like the new Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Like he's like this generation's Tom Brady.
For sure.
That sucks. I wish he'd play like one more year. It's weird. Like,
so weird.
You know, growing up and seeing like Tom develop to be like the GOAT. You know.
Right.
And then like be done. And to think like, is there going to be like another GOAT in my like lifetime? You know.
For sure.
I don't know. It's almost like it's like LeBron. Like he's gonna retire.
20 years, bro.
I don't know. I feel like somewhat soon, and it's like
probably 2-3 more years.
Like,
I mean, if he keeps healthy like he is, I see more.
I think he's got at least like 2 more years.
For sure.
At least
solid.
2 more years.
He wants to play with Bronny, doesn't he?
I think that's a goal. I mean,
or against him or whatever.
If I were as
or with
healthy
him, I
as
think.
him, and still like in a little bit of his prime.
Yeah.
Maybe not prime, but like he's still capable to be like a very, very like big name in the league. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like putting up numbers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like I would try to be able to play ball with my son. But
That'd be
I don't
sick.
know.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. That'd be dope. I'd be stoked to see that.
That would be cool. It'd be so weird.
It'd be very weird. I don't think that's ever happened.
I don't think so
like,
either.
in
Yeah,
history,
I can't think
you
of
know what I mean?
any player.
If that happens, I'd pay to like go see a game.
You would, huh?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not big like.
They traded Westbrook.
I know, dude. I'm actually really bummed. I liked him a lot.
He's so flashy.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, it's cool that we have D'Lo back. But also, it's like, why the fuck did we get rid of him in the first place? You know what I mean? It's
right.
like, I get like the development.
Right.
It's like really important and all that kind of stuff, but
yeah,
I feel like investment wise they lost. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Exactly. Dude, this was fun.
It was.
We're pulling up to our destination.
Yep, Jiminy Kids.
Jiminy Kids.
That's weird.
Oh yeah.
No, you worked there. No, this has been good. I appreciate our talks and yeah, looking excited for what's to come.
I mean, I want to keep doing this like very consistently. You know, I don't know what that's gonna look like.
Totally.
Like production wise, but I mean like
in the daytime too.
Yeah, in the daytime for sure. Maybe like I don't know. I feel like we gotta figure out how to make it more smooth, but I think it's doable.
It sure is.
When we go
on these trips.
When we go on more podcasts.
Yes.
Yeah. So if fuck, see, you know what I mean, bro? Like, damn, it's so hard.
It's all right.
When you're watching this, comment below where you want us to drive.
We'll go there.
We'll just go there. You know what I mean? I can't guarantee we'll go like the next pod, but like we'll go there eventually.
Bet.
Or we'll try to.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Nah, it'd be cool. I would enjoy doing more like mini road trips, and maybe eventually, you know, one day do like a bigger road trip with like the boys. It'd be fun. You know
that'd be so cool.
My dream is to have, you know, one of those big Mercedes Sprinter vans.
Dude, I want one of those.
I want one so bad, bro.
Oh, I want one of those.
I want to get one of those and do mobile pods.
That'd be sick. That'd be
just
sick.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. So if you're watching, let us know where you want us to go.
When you're watching.
And
also give us ideas for a name for this pod.
Yeah, exactly. We're like, yeah. I don't know. I like on the road something. I don't know. Just let us know. I'm not.
Just do it. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
All right.
This has been fun though. Damn.
We'll work on this.
Jesus Christ, bro. I hate that so much,
Same.
bro.
What were you
like
gonna
the
do?
Worst. I was gonna do like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I thought you were going for the handshake, but it's all right. This is our first round.
It's the first pod. We'll get it.
All right.
This guy's like walking up like.
This podcast is brought to you by MeUndies.
MeUndies.
MeUndies, and I can't think of anything else. Bombas. You like Bombas?
Bombas.
They have socks. Really good socks. I want Bombas. Have you heard of them?
No, I don't know what that is.
I don't either. It's all right. From another podcast. All right.
All right, it's been fun. Okay. If you're watching, when you're watching, fuck, dude, it's hard, bro. It's hard.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's all good.
It's different because it's like, anyways, whatever.
It's all right.
The people that are watching, appreciate you. Thanks for watching. When you like and subscribe, I just want to let you know I appreciate that. So
we love it.
just
Thank
do
you.
it. Yeah.
Just do it.
All right. See ya.